Hey guys, it's me, Christian from the church. In this time that there's this virus going around that's making people sick, we're not able to meet up like we normally do and go over our lesson like we do in normal class. So, as it's Sunday, I just hope that you sing songs with your mom and dad as we do our regular service like we do normally, but listen to this video to do our lesson and our activity that we have planned. So, the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to summarize this Luke chapter 22 and the beginning of chapter 23 because it's really long and you could go back and read these stories by themselves, but I just wanted to go over what they would be because next Sunday is Easter Sunday, and that's the big party that Jesus is resurrected, and we're really excited as we push on towards there. So as chapter 22 begins, Judas, who is one of Jesus' apostles. The apostles were the guys who were really close to Jesus and were part of his core group of people. He is going to betray Jesus. The scribes and the Pharisees, who were the religious leaders at the time, approached Judas, and Satan came upon Judas and tempted him. And the scribes and Pharisees told Judas that they would give him money if he would give Jesus over to them. And he agreed. The next thing that happens in Luke 22 is that Jesus gets all his friends together for Passover. Passover was a Jewish holiday that people did to celebrate. And so Jesus got all his apostles together to have this meal, and it was called the Last Supper. And he does the first Lord's Supper, which we do every Sunday at Coram Deo, where we take bread and wine as Jesus did and take it because Jesus was sharing that only through him people can have eternal life. After their supper, Jesus went away to the Mountain of Olives with his friends, and he prayed. He prayed all night because he knew what was going to be happening to him. He knew that one of his friends was going to betray him and give him over to the Romans, who were the government at the time. In that same garden, Jesus was betrayed by Judas. Judas called upon the government officials, and they arrested Jesus. During that time, Peter, who was one of Jesus' very close friends, was also told that he would deny him 3 times, and when a rooster crowed, that would signify that he denied him. And throughout 3 different times, as Jesus is making his way to be put on trial, people confront Peter and tell him, "Aren't you one of Jesus' close friends?" And he says, "No, that's not me, that's not me." And he denies Jesus 3 times. Then he's finally delivered to Pontius Pilate, and Pontius Pilate goes through this process of, he knows that Jesus hasn't done anything wrong, so he's trying to give him an out. So he puts him up to the people, and the people say, "No, release this bad guy who has done a lot of crimes, and instead crucify Jesus, put him to death, the criminal death that he didn't deserve." And next week, we will go into our story about Jesus' crucifixion, what happened after he got given this punishment by Pontius Pilate.